Muehlstatter Smoky Mountain Rein, and we won co-champions of the Level 4 Derby and champion of the Primetime Derby. He's amazing. He's a unicorn. he's just, I mean, I even had a penalty today on my turns, and you have enough horse to still get there. Gunny Matheson and Monica, they had him as a yearling, and Martin saw him, and we had bought him for a customer. And then he sold in the barn, and then I bought him as a 3-year-old. They gilded him, and then when we tried to keep him a stud, but that didn't work. So when he was gelding, then he became for sale. So I just always loved this horse. I said, Martin, you can't let that horse leave the barn. And when I heard people wanted to come look at him, I said, could I please try him, have first right? So I tried him, and from the moment I rode him, I knew I loved him. And Martin said, just try him a few more days, he's here. And I said, no, let's just vet him. I know. He was good. I think it's the best he's ever circled and stopped on the sides. I didn't get turned as good as we normally do, but everywhere else, I think he was better. I think his consistency and how well we get along. I mean, it's hard to find a horse that can take you to this level and keep you there. You know, and really every time I call on him, he's been there for me. And I think he really got consistent. It was here last year, of his 4-year-old year. It was the first time he really stepped it up, and I said, this horse is getting better with pressure. So, I mean, since then, all the way through, he really has not had a bad run since the Derby last year. He's been good every time, and I think he's just one of those horses that he keeps getting better the more he shows. I don't know, maybe 100X, I don't know. He just needs a little vacation, and then we'll come up with a plan. He's done so much for me this year. He just needs a little R&R, and it's a great feel. I love this arena. It's so much easier to show in than the old Coliseum. You know, the old Coliseum was a little small and everything came up pretty quick. Here, it almost had like an NRBC feel, but the arena felt great. I love circling in it, love the rundowns. I mean, I love the feel of this pen. I think when this is all finished, it's going to be great. Oh, of course, my husband, my daughter, my family, and everybody that works for us, they bust their butts. I mean, they were there until 4 in the morning, you know, this morning, and the sweat, and there's so much that goes into it, and we could never be here without all of them, and they're wonderful.